Okay, George,
Yes.
I sent you a text at like 8:15 in the morning.
Yeah, bright and early. And that's never the text that like, Nick, I'm never worried when you text me, but like 8:15 in the morning is like, oh shit. Like, did I accidentally post one of Rachel Yucatel's clips on a misunderstood podcast clip on Veterans Minimum? But no, Nick, the thing that you predicted July 23rd of 2023 came true. And it was that Deandre Hopkins would be traded to the Chiefs. But at the time, he was a free agent. Yeah. So you thought he was just going to end up with the Chiefs. He ended up with the Titans, but he gets traded this morning. How fired up were you?
Listen, first of all, I know Antoine hates when we do this, but round of applause to our social media manager, George, for digging up the archives to find that one.
YouTube made it so easy, Nick.
Yeah,
I just searched Hopkins, and it popped up in like 2 seconds.
Let's go.
Look at that.
When he signed with the Titans, my rant was, why would you sign there, bro? You signed 2 big contracts. I get it, right? And this is hypocritical of me because I'm always pro player. I'm always pro get the bag and figure out everything else. But like, you've gotten multiple bags. Why not go and play with Mahomes, who they needed a wide receiver then? This was prior to last season.
Right.
They go on to win a Super Bowl. They had just lost Tyreek. Like, yo, go and they need a weapon. And like, yo, it was just perfect. You're the grizzled vet now. You still got a pep in your step, and you're going to play with a guy that you've never played with at that level. And I felt like it was a mistake for him to go there. Now he got paid, and now he gets traded to Kansas City, which even last week I was like, yo, KC, pick up the phone. I said a 2nd-round pick. He went there for a 5th. Holy shit, talk about buy low, bro.
Yeah.
And it's the infrastructure there that we always talk about with Mahomes and with Kelsey and with Andy Reid. Yo, if he stays healthy, bro, like, he is going to put up monster numbers because they need him to also. Mm-hmm. It's not a luxury. When Odell went to the Rams, that was a luxury. And then that same week, Robert Woods tore his ACL in practice. Now it's like, shit, man, we need you to step up and become a guy. Yeah. In the first couple of weeks, it was a little shaky. But then after that, I'll stand by this. The LA Rams in 2021 don't win the Super Bowl if it's not for Odell Beckham. I know he got hurt in the Super Bowl, but dude was on the way to win MVP in that game. I love this move. I think it's a good organization move. Like, only good organizations make moves like this. And we talk about the motivating factor. You go from a team in the Titans that are going to compete for a top 1 pick to now you're going to a team that's undefeated. You don't think and D-Hop's never won a ring. He's going to go in there and be like, holy shit, it's not Will Levis. Yeah. I'm not going to run 50 yards downfield wide open and waste my time. All right, he might miss me on this one, but the next one, he's going to get it to me. And I absolutely love this. I think it's a home run. I think both parties are going to benefit from this. And even Tennessee, man, they got a guy who, like, how motivated was he to go out there? He's getting his money.
He's a gamer. Yeah. I would see the frustration that D-Hop would show. But, like, it wouldn't be like a everlasting throw my helmet frustration. It was more just like throw the hands up when things don't go your way. He cares. And like you've stated, this could not have come at a better time. By the way, the team that you had said that D-Hop should have went to early in the year was actually the Ravens. I found that when I was looking back at the clips.
So when I looked up my notes, it said Baltimore.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they also do need a premier receiver. Let's not ignore the fact, right? Zay Flowers has one decent game. Rashad Bateman breaks a slant for 70 yards. Everybody sees a stat sheet and freaks out. It's like, it's one play, an anomaly. Don't overrate it. But this D-Hop trade, Nick, he's never had a quarterback. You're talking Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, Will Levis. Who is the backup for Will Levis? I'm forgetting his name now. Malik Willis.
Mason Rudolph came in.
Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
Yes, trash. He's had trash throwing to him. Wasn't there a season, and I didn't look this up, I wish I did, that he didn't drop a pass with Houston? I think he's one of those receivers that has that stat where it's like every pass thrown to him he caught. He still has those hands. Those two hands are still attached to his body. that's what's going to happen with Casey.
Yeah. I mean, bro, think about this, right? Like, Kansas City loses Rashid Rice. They lose Tony in the offseason. Not saying much. They obviously lose Tyreek Hill when they lost them.
Mm-hmm.
And they get Xavier Worthy. Justin Watson, sort of hybrid tight end / receiver. And now you throw D-Hop in there.
Yeah.
I think it's going to open up things for Travis Kelce. I think it's going to open up things for D-Hop, obviously. I think if you're the AFC, I think you should be very worried because they got another weapon for him. And they've been doing this without a lot of big name receivers or even productive wide receivers. Like Rashid Rice was on pace to be like a guy that was going to get $30+ million one day. And I still think he will be. But he was having a monster season before he got hurt. And they were in the mix for Amari Cooper. They're in the mix for a couple guys, and they end up getting D-Hop. I feel great about it. I mean, he's 32 years old. He's going to be the primary option on a team that's undefeated, has an elite tight end, and the MVP favorite right now, Pat Mahomes, and also the best quarterback in the league by a landslide.
It's going to really allow the Chiefs to stretch the field. Like, obviously, Rashid Rice was able to do it, but like, you're talking about Rashid Rice's career projection. If you're lucky, he'll be DeAndre Hopkins. What he unlocks on choice routes in the secondary, I mean, it's going to take a second to get used to. I think for every receiver, going to a new team, the ball feels a little different. Patrick Mahomes, how happy is Pat, dude?
Oh,
how does Patrick Mahomes get
thrilled?
Yeah, I mean, it's like finally.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. And look,
finally.
Also, you gotta, if you're D-Hop, your skill set is gonna be rejuvenated. You've been not playing the way you should be because of how limited Tennessee is. Like, now that shit's gonna be showcasing again. I guarantee you, he's gonna have like a 7 for 100 and 2 touchdown game. And then everyone's going to be like, oh, look at D-Hop. This is a D-Hop on Houston. This is a D-Hop with Kyler Murray. It's like, yeah, no shit. Why is this so shocking and obvious now? Well, they have a quarterback. You don't have Will Levis and Mason Rudolph. And I think if you're Tennessee, you get a 5th-round pick. Who knows what you could turn that into? But you weren't going to keep this guy's contracts up after the year.
Mm-hmm.
And this is great. He's making his money. I got a chance to win a ring because I might not be here next year. And why not put out some good footage, good tape, and then you re-sign with someone else? Maybe you go to you go somewhere else and you get another bag. That's going to help D-Hop too. You're like, Oh my God, I might be able to get 1,000 yards this year, bro. I can go into free agency and be like, I'm a 1,000-yard receiver.
I had to look it up. DeAndre Hopkins going to Andy Reid and how creative Andy Reid is. I immediately had to see if DeAndre Hopkins has ever thrown a pass in a game. He's thrown a touchdown pass, actually. So I would say if there's any props out there for DeAndre Hopkins to throw a touchdown pass at some point in time in this season, if there's any coach that's going to pencil something up for this to happen, it's Andy Reid. Hop on that if you can find that anywhere. But
listen to this.
Go ahead.
The Macho Man Tommy Savage, Ryan Mallett, Brandon Whedon, Will Levis, TJ Yates, Brock Osweiler, Brian Hoyer, Case Keenum, Matt Schaub, shout out to Matt Schaub, great fantasy quarterback, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Kyler Murray, and Deshaun Watson. At the end, it started getting good. Deshaun Watson at the time in Houston, that really opened up things for D-Hop. And then with Kyler Murray, he had those 2 years where he was putting up some big numbers before Murray got hurt and tore his ACL, and that kind of derailed the partnership that them two had. And now he goes to the greatest quarterback living right now on the planet. So you're going to tell me D-Hop's not going to be excited to go out there? This is an amazing move. I love it. I'm excited to see what happens. And the rich get richer, man. The rich get richer. Kansas City's undefeated. Mahomes is the MVP frontrunner, even though his numbers aren't MVP-ish. This is wild. Enjoy trying to stop this. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. Oh, They're going to really start putting it on teams now, bro. This might be the greatest like halfway shift of an offense that we've ever seen. Like it would not shock anybody if they go out and put up 40 points like 3 consecutive weeks, which I feel like really, really great Super Bowl teams have done at some point in time throughout a season, where they go like put up 38 points, put up 45, put up maybe 40, right? Or even more than 35 again. They have yet to prove that that's their identity. This second half is going to do that. So
I think that happens this week.
Raiders,
Get
ready.
I think they put up a 30 ball on them, effortless. A lot of Raiders fans, Raiders players were yapping last year about beating them. They beat them on Christmas, and Christmas Eve or Christmas, and all the reports are, not reports, but the stats are like the last team to beat them were the Raiders, and that's what a 4-win team hangs their hat on. But
yeah,
be careful. This is what you asked for, right? Mahomes don't lose on the road in division. 9.5 point spread. Well, you'll hear that in a little bit. That's for sure. That's for sure.